Okay, let's be real. If you're studying science or engineering or computer science, and you've had that late night thought, that sinking feeling of, did I just make a huge mistake? You are so not alone. It's a heavy question, right? Especially when every other post on your social media feed is either hyping up AI as the future or showing a robot doing a job that looks a little too much like the one you're studying for. So yeah, let's get into this, because that feeling of anxiety is real, and it is absolutely worth talking about. You'd think this line is from some sci-fi blockbuster, right? But nope. It's actually the opening of an article written by a university student. And honestly, it just perfectly captures that dramatic, almost apocalyptic thought that can run through your head when you're stressed about what's next. It really frames that feeling that the ground is shifting right under our feet. So let's just address the elephant in the room head on. Is AI the ultimate job killer? I mean, this is the core fear, isn't it? It's the central question that fuels so much of this anxiety. And it's not just you wondering. There are some real-world signals that seem to point in a pretty scary direction. And look, this proves the fear isn't just in our heads. A recent survey of business leaders found that nearly half of the US companies they talk to are already using ChatGPT. And yeah, in some cases, it has replaced human workers. When you're a student pouring everything into your degree, reading a headline like that can feel like a direct threat to your future. And this number right here, wow, it just shows you the scale of this whole thing. That same source found that almost 70% of people with graduate degrees are afraid of being replaced by AI. That is a massive number. Think about it. That's more than 2 out of every 3 graduates. So this isn't some niche concern. It's a huge collective worry that's echoing through university halls everywhere. Okay, so the AI threat is clear. It feels tangible. But let's just pause for a second and ask, is that the only thing making students feel so uneasy? Is it just about the robots? Or could there be something else going on? Maybe something a little closer to home, right inside the classroom. You see, before this widespread fear of AI really took hold, there was another powerful force at play, this immense pressure to choose one specific major. We're talking about the computer science, or CSE, craze. That whole phenomenon where one single field becomes the golden ticket, and that creates a whole new set of anxieties. This quote from another student article just nails it. It speaks to this powerful social pressure where choosing what you want to study isn't just a personal decision anymore. It feels like a public one that everyone gets to judge. It kind of creates this unspoken hierarchy of degrees, where CSE is at the very top, and choosing anything else makes people look at you funny. And all that pressure, it has real consequences. As one student author points out, people end up jumping into a field they think is a sure thing, sometimes without even reading the syllabus. Then they find themselves totally lost and confused. And here's the most important part. This kind of pressure can literally strip away the very joy of learning. And this is where it gets really complicated. You're caught in this double bind. First, there's all this intense pressure to get into a hot field like computer science. But then, as soon as you're in it, you get hit with this second wave of anxiety. The fear that the very same field is the one that's most likely to be automated by AI. It's a total catch-22. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. The anxiety is real, and it's coming from all sides. But now we're going to make a pivot. What if we've been looking at this whole thing completely wrong? What if the story isn't human versus AI, but human plus AI? I absolutely love this quote from Andrew Ng, who's a huge pioneer in the AI field. AI is not going to kill all jobs. It is going to change all jobs. And what he says next is just as important. The jobs of the future will require human skills that are complementary to AI. This is the turning point, you guys. This reframes the entire conversation from replacement to transformation. This slide breaks it down perfectly. I mean, AI is a total master of speed, precision, and calculation. But just look at the human column: creativity, empathy, imagination, critical thinking. For instance, a civil engineer can use AI to model bridge stress thousands of times a second. But it takes human creativity to design a bridge that's actually beautiful and fits into the landscape. A biologist uses AI to analyze massive data sets of genes. But it's human critical thinking that forms the next great hypothesis. Think of it this way. AI can handle the how, but we provide the crucial why and the imaginative what if. And this really shows what the new goal is. The mission isn't to compete with AI where it's already strong. The mission is to partner with it, to integrate our uniquely human creativity with AI's incredible speed. And the result isn't one replacing the other. It's synergy. It's an outcome that's way, way greater than what either of us could do alone. So, if the future is really about partnership, not competition, how does that change the way you should be thinking about your degree, like right now? Well, it means we need to shift our focus from just learning a specific tool to building a foundation that can adapt to any new technology that comes along. This point is so crucial. Choosing a science degree doesn't lock you into one single path. It actually gives you the keys to many. Look, programming languages will change and AI tools are going to evolve. But the logic, the problem solving, and the mathematical reasoning you're learning right now, that's the timeless foundation. That's what allows you to master any new tool that comes your way. That's your real asset. All right, let's get practical. How do we actually move from panic to positioning? Well, step one is to simply acknowledge the pressure, recognize the hype, filter out all that social media noise that causes anxiety, and get clear on what you truly find interesting. Step two, master the fundamentals. This means gaining some AI literacy. You don't have to become an AI developer, but just understanding the basics of how these tools work will make them way less intimidating. Start small projects. Just play with the technology. This builds so much confidence. And third, you have to cultivate your human skills. This is all about collaboration and planning. Find a mentor, join a club or community, and maybe start sketching out a plan B or even a plan C for your career. These aren't just soft skills anymore. They are the essential, irreplaceable skills for the age of AI. So let's just stop asking, will AI take my job? And start asking, what can I build with AI? Let's shift the focus from a fear of being obsolete to the excitement of creation. You chose a STEM field because you're a builder. You're a problem solver. This new era doesn't change that. It just gives you the most powerful toolkit in human history. The question isn't about replacement, it's about your potential. So go build something amazing. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and join us next time when we dig into the science of studying smarter.